Here's the question for today. Is saying, I do still enough in 2025? Or has love evolved into something deeper? Let's talk about it. 1. The unspoken vows of today. Commitment in 2025 looks different than it did even 5 years ago. Saying, I do, may have been enough in the past, but what does it really mean? Today, the vows we keep aren't written on rings or etched on papers. They're found in the everyday consistency that binds us together. We've all seen those beautiful wedding ceremonies where the couple promises to love each other through thick and thin. But let's be honest, how many of those vows are actually kept? And how many times have you heard stories of people who said, I do, only to find themselves going through a divorce? It's no one's fault. People change, circumstances change, and sometimes those vows that were so passionately made aren't necessarily kept. So what's the solution? For many couples, the answer lies in what they call their living vows. These are small but significant promises made and kept every day. It's about being there for your partner, not just in the grand gestures, but in the little things that make up everyday life. It's about consistency, reliability, and above all, communication. For instance, if you promise to call your partner every evening while you're at work, do you stick to it? If you vow to surprise your partner with a weekend getaway every month, do you make it happen? These consistent actions build trust and deepen the bond between partners. And when you can rely on each other to keep these small vows, it creates a strong foundation for a lasting relationship. The idea is simple yet powerful. Rather than depending on one big ceremony to seal your commitment, you choose to reinforce it daily. It's not about the words you speak once, but about the actions you take consistently. In the end, these daily acts of devotion speak louder than any vows you could have said on your wedding day. Which brings us to our second point. Beyond the I do, new languages of love. While some couples choose to stick to traditional vows, many others are opting for non-traditional commitments. Here are a few examples of modern couples who are redefining commitment. Polyamorous couples often take vows that emphasize honesty, communication, and trust. Since they're not bound by the constraints of traditional monogamy, they focus on being open about their feelings and needs with all their partners. Chosen families, which can include close friends or mentors, also create their own vows. These vows highlight the importance of loyalty, support, and acceptance without the pressure of societal expectations. Some couples are creating their own ceremonies and writing their own vows. These vows can be deeply personal and touching, often focusing on shared values, dreams, and a love that has stood the test of time. By crafting their own vows, couples personalize their commitment, making it a true reflection of their unique bond. But it's not just about changing the vows. Some couples are taking their commitment to a whole new level by co-signing mortgages, starting joint businesses, or setting up shared savings accounts. They're literally tying their financial futures together. Others are establishing what they call tech trusts. This means sharing passwords to emails, bank accounts, and social media. It's a bold step, but it shows a high level of trust and transparency. Now here's an interesting one. Some couples are incorporating digital detox periods into their relationship. This might sound strange, but hear me out. It's not unusual for couples to have separate phones, tablets, and computers. It's almost like they have two separate digital lives. But during certain periods, they agree to disconnect from their devices and focus on each other. It might be a weekend getaway, a week-long vacation, or even just a few hours each evening. But the idea is to prioritize their relationship over their digital lives. This is like a new kind of vow, a vow to put each other and their relationship first. It's a way to show love and commitment in a world where technology is always vying for our attention. Speaking of which, let's move on to our third point. Digital devotion. Love in the algorithmic age. In the digital age, love takes on a new dimension. Traditional vows may not resonate with everyone anymore. But don't worry, this isn't about erasing the past. It's about adding new chapters to the story of love. Today, couples are weaving new vows into the fabric of their relationships through shared passwords, private jokes, and even video calls. Some couples take a leap of faith by sharing their passwords with each other. It might seem like a daring move, but it symbolizes a deep level of trust and transparency. By opening their digital lives to their partner, they create a bond that extends beyond physical boundaries. It's like having a secret, but instead of keeping it, they share it. And then there are the private jokes. These are the humorous moments that become inside jokes within the relationship. They might be references to funny memories or silly nicknames. But these jokes hold a special place in the relationship because they're shared. They create a sense of belonging and make everyday interactions more fun. But perhaps the most modern form of vow exchange is through video calls. When partners are apart, video calls become more than just a way to see each other. They're a way to stay connected, to share experiences, and to show affection. It's like sending a love letter, but in real time. Consistency in these interactions becomes the glue that binds them together. It's not just about the words spoken, but the consistent effort shown through regular check-ins and shared experiences. In essence, love in the algorithmic age thrives on connection, trust, and shared experiences, both physical and digital. It's a testament to the adaptability of love as it continues to evolve with the times. Now let's move on to our fourth point, the fluidity of forever. What happens when forever changes? Life is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises can change the course of your relationship. Imagine you and your partner have said, "I do," and built a life together. But then one of you gets a job offer in another country or decides to go back to school. Maybe one of you starts questioning your gender identity or sexual orientation and wants to explore new possibilities. These are significant moments that can shift your perspective and priorities. Shouldn't your commitment reflect that evolution? The traditional view of forever might not align with these realities. It could lead to feelings of being trapped or like you're not living authentically. So what's the solution? Renegotiate your vows. This doesn't mean throwing away what you had, but adapting it to fit your current circumstances. It's about acknowledging that people change and relationships should evolve alongside them. Instead of clinging to outdated vows that no longer serve you, embrace the fluidity of your commitment. Be willing to adapt and grow together. Remember, the most sacred vow is the one you make with yourself to stay true to who you are. And that truth may change, deepen, or expand over time. Speaking of change, let's move on to our fifth and final point, crafting your own commitment blueprint. In the end, there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to love. You get to write the rules. So here are a few ideas to help you craft your own blueprint for commitment. Define your language of commitment. It's not just about saying, "I love you." It's about knowing your partner's love language and speaking it fluently. Is it quality time spent together? Is it acts of service or physical touch? Understanding and fulfilling your partner's love language is a powerful way to build a lasting connection. Focus on joint ventures. These can be joint businesses, shared savings accounts, or even creating traditions. These activities create a sense of partnership and shared goals. They're not just things you do separately and then come home and talk about. You're working towards something together. Build a network of accountability. This can be a group of friends or family members who you and your partner can rely on for support and advice. Having a network of trusted individuals can help you navigate challenges and strengthen your bond as a couple. And remember, love is a verb. It's not just a feeling, it's an action. So stop asking, "Will you love me forever?" and start asking, "How can we keep loving each other in new and evolving ways?" Because love lasts not because of words spoken once, but because of vows lived daily. Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope it brought you some clarity and maybe even some inspiration. Remember, love is evolving, and so are we. So don't just speak the words, live them. If this message touched you, remember to give us a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss our next inspiring video. And don't forget to share this with someone who's writing their own love story. Thanks for watching.